Welcome to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. Brothers and sisters, it's a new week. How was the African week this week? That's the focus of the show of today. But before we start this show of today, we want to thank all our subscribers. We want to thank our viewers. And we want to also thank people who are supporting us to produce this show. Without you, there will be no show. And we appreciate whatever you're doing for us. First, I have to go to some of the issues some of you raised. One of the issues some of you raised the last few shows is that we have a lot of ads on the show. The purpose of the ads is to introduce the idea of promoting African business. We keep talking about freeing Africa, liberating Africa. It will never happen if we don't liberate ourselves first. So the only way we can liberate ourselves is by being self-sufficient, by being self-employed. If you work for somebody, you are a wage slave, so you are not free. If you are not free, then how can you free Africa, a whole continent? So the purpose of these ads is to promote businesses, is to introduce you to the idea that it's a good idea to own a business. Look at what the ads are saying. We are promoting a brother and sister's business. So tomorrow we want you to start your own business and we want to promote you too. So those are the purposes that most of these ads serve. So do not complain about the ads because the show is intended not just to make you laugh, to educate you, and to encourage you to become a business person. We realize that if we start having more entrepreneurs in Africa, the youth of Africa will have more employment, then they too can start creating businesses, then the whole situation in Africa will change. Instead of sitting and complaining that, oh, they're not doing this for us, nobody will do it for you if you don't start thinking about doing it for yourself. So self-reliance is the motto of this show, and we encourage business ownership. So don't complain about ads on the show. Look at the ads. In the future, we want you to think about an idea that you can start your own business. So we're encouraging you to start your own business. The show of today has so many stories. How is Africa this week? So many stories are breaking out, and we're going to try to help you make sense out of these stories. We're going to take you to Ambazonia. We're going to take you to La République du Cameroun. We're going to take you to Congo Republic. We're going to take you to Congo DRC, Democratic Republic. We're going to take you to Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia. And we're also going to take you to Ivory Coast. Then, of course, we're going to take you to Mauritius. Then finally, we will land in Nigeria. With this, we'll be able to end the show of today. So it is really like a big panorama. So let's go to Ambazonia. For the show of today, some of you sent us some videos showing our people who have left Ambazonia and settled in Nigeria temporarily. We call Nigeria Ground 1. We call Ambazonia Ground 0. So these folks are in Ground 1. When they heard that the governor of the Southwest region, Bernard Okalia Bilai, was coming to visit them, they were very, very angry because they've been in Nigeria for so long, so many years, almost over 3 years, and nobody from La République has really cared about them. When they heard that this governor was making plans to come and visit them, they got really upset, and they wanted to really express their discontent. They did not want to see this governor because they know that even today, this governor is conniving with devilish forces in La République du Cameroun to kill our people. So they don't want to see this governor. We want to share this video with you, and we want to share it in entirety so that you can see what this video is saying. So take a minute and look at this video.
We are standing here. We are not protesting. We are only passing a message. The day we want to protest, we will surely be naked. I will move around the whole of this community. Please, we are just passing a message because of what we have heard. The governor of Southwest should not visit us. We don't want to see him. The militaries of Cameroun are still taking over our communities. They have not accepted to any form of resolutions for peace.
Thank you for watching this video. A lot of our people are suffering. They are really suffering a lot. Sometimes we don't really want to show you these images because they are really sickening. Sometimes if you watch these images, you cannot really eat, you cannot really drink water because they make you sick. We know about the beheadings. You've seen them. We know about the killings. But what is really engineering all these actions are the activities, the devilish activities of La République du Cameroun. If they were not sending these soldiers to this region, all the killings will not be going on. What is happening now is some form of revenge. Sometimes you look at the lady, Tumasan, who was beheaded. What happened? We understand that some of the Amba forces were really disgruntled because she went and spent the weekend with a soldier, and they suspected that she was giving information to these soldiers about the whereabouts of the restoration forces. So we feel sorry for her children, her family, because we don't want things like this to happen to people, but we cannot control these forces. When people are evil, even God gives freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of action to criminals. God did not prevent this action from happening. So how could we, ordinary human beings, prevent something like this from happening? So it's sad. We've also heard stories in Ekona, Bamenda, and other places where there are a lot of killings. What is really happening are the forces of La République, the Pobia militia. They're the ones really playing all these games, killing people. And we even have the last video some of you sent to us. It was so barbaric, we decided that we're not really going to air this video because it shows the way some of the evil forces of La République military arrested a young man. They drag him on the ground until then, when he was on the road, they shot him point blank range. Then they went and dumped his body at a runabout. So this was the most barbaric, callous way of killing a human being. And you call them, oh, these are our brothers. Let's live together. How can you live together with people who are so evil? It's revolting. I don't see how you can live together with such people. And this is what is really fueling a lot of this conflict. Revenge after revenge.
Have you heard the latest healthcare news? There's been a medical programming breakthrough. Let's go to Ali and Ron for more.
Thanks, Seb. A Good Samaritan is offering Alexia HTC, a new EMR EHR to doctors for free. Certainly, this free offer will shake things up in the medical software industry. Alexia HTC is a David pitting itself against the Goliaths, Epic, Cerner, and Meditech, which are old and cost too much money. What happens if you figure out how to build a new EMR EHR on the web for pennies on the dollar? You give it away to the suffering physicians for free.
Want to learn more about how these two powerhouse solutions will help you win more business? Schedule a demo below. In just minutes, Alexia HTC can help you access a patient record, enter an order, write a note, prescribe a medication, generate a charge, and create a super bill. Plus, Alexia Care Corporation, the vendor of the new web application, offers full customer service and training support free of charge. Who can beat that?
The UN, the US are making noise. Human rights organizations are talking. But talking is not really going to solve the problem. We've been telling you action is what needs to take place. The more we talk, we're not really changing the situation. So we need to take action. Last few weeks, we decided to take action against a decree that was passed where the government wanted to start doing logging in the Ebo Forest region. Because we put a lot of pressure on this, we shared this information on social media, and we contacted a lot of American organizations to let them know about what was happening. The BR government had to change course. This week, you'll see news that they're not going to do the logging anymore in the Ebo Forest because we were able to share this information. We sent it to so many places, and you guys also did a good job of sharing the information. Whenever we have a story, we encourage you to share the stories. When you do this, it helps us a whole lot so that the news spreads and spreads. When you look at La République, they are finished. And all what they know about doing is to kill our people. And they kill our people for no good reason, for they kill our people for their own sport. So this is callous, this is evil. And we know God is going to punish most of these people because they are evil people. Next, we're going to take you to Congo Republic. Congo Republic was celebrating their 60th anniversary of independence. We ask ourselves, which independence? Because Congo Republic is not really a free country. For over 35 years, Denis Sassou Nguesso and his family have taken that country hostage. and they're enjoying all the resources of that country. So it was really a farce when we watch the celebration of the 60th independence of this part of the world. What independence are you talking about? What kind of independence? We're looking at it like the hopes of independence, because Congo Republic doesn't have any independence, because what you call independence is just flag independence, because it's not really true independence. That country is not free. You have one dictator who has been in power for over 35 years, and he was saying, oh, look at it. When I took over the country, when we became independent, there were no roads that were tarred. Today, you have tarred roads everywhere. Come on. You have just been telling lies. You've just been enjoying the money with your family, and when you look at the pictures, you really feel sad that these are not really pictures that are nice to share, to talk about democracy and freedom and independence of a country. Okay, from Congo Republic, we're going to take you now to Congo DRC. Congo DRC airspace was closed over 5 months ago, so they've just reopened it. In fact, it was closed because of COVID fears, and President Felix Tshisekedi has really been working hard with his healthcare sector to handle this coronavirus situation. So it looks like they are struggling to get it under control. So finally, they've reopened their airspace, and we think this will make it possible for people to travel again. And we have also another nice story this week, which we'll have to share with you on Congo DRC. We have a star from China. Her name is Zhong Feifei. If you look at social media, Instagram, the news is big. They're just talking about this young girl, and she was just a blogger, became an entertainer, then now she dances and sings. And you can really go on YouTube and Instagram, you see a lot of her pictures. So she was just talking about what happened to her when she moved from China back to Congo DRC. People started talking about her being a biracial individual. So she was never really used to racism. She never felt black people would talk about her race that way. But that's the reality about life. We have to really talk about racism. It's the same thing even in America, which we think is the closest thing to heaven. You still have issues with racism. This week, Kamala Harris was nominated on the Democratic ticket. Even though this is a distinguished female in America, people know her roots. Her father is Jamaican, her mother is Indian. But for the first time, they are behaving like this is the only time they know about her background. No, she's been in the public eye for so long, but now they're talking about her beta theory. No, she was not really born in America. What a lie. So we don't want those lies. So what is life going to be like for black people under, say, a Biden-Harris administration? So we want you to think about it. We're not really taking sides, because in politics, we like to be neutral. So you have to think, is this going to change anything? Would it be like the situation of black veterans or African veterans during the Second World War who fought under the British banner, and they were never really compensated, they were never really recognized? Is it time for us to really get recognition? So we think these are issues that we need to really address. So now we're going to move to Egypt, Ethiopia, and Sudan. The Nile, the River Nile. You've always heard about the River Nile, right from biblical times. The River Nile is a source of sustenance for African people, okay? Food and other needs. So now there's a conflict that has been brewing among these three countries, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Sudan. Suddenly, it looks like the problem may be solved soon, because all the countries are really not happy with the building of the dam over the Nile, and they feel it may take more water. The other countries may not really have enough water to sustain themselves. So Ethiopia building the dam is really upsetting Sudan and Egypt. So they feel they may not really have enough water for their own sustenance. But we always like it when African countries try to solve a problem amicably. When this happens, we think it's a good move. We like peace. If there's no peace, there can be no development. So we're really encouraging African countries to try to solve problems like brothers and sisters amicably.
Is your EMR EHR COVID-19 ready? If not, you do not know what you are missing. Why do you suffer in silence? Be smart. Turn to Alexia HTC today. Alexia HTC is the leader in virtual solution and communication technology in these times of pandemic crisis. When the unexpected happens, who are you going to call? Alexia HTC. Come and see how Alexia HTC Cloud Communications are enabling your fellow healthcare providers to consult with patients virtually and making big money. Alexia HTC also enables your employees to work remotely during the COVID-19 crisis. Are your employees safe? Do not jeopardize the health and safety of your patients and practice. What can Alexia HTC do for you? Alexia HTC is the new Colossus, the sister of physicians, who gives you back liberty, that is, the freedom to practice medicine your way. Vivacious virtual visits wherever you please. Amazing e-prescribing. Quick access to patient information. Easy access to medical records from other providers. Rapid drug allergy checks. Integrated lab tests and results. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled doctors yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your greedy corporations. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed physicians, to me. I give them the refuge. The happy home of Alexia HTC. Act now. Browse alexiahtc.com or call 240-350-1131.
Okay, from these places, we're going to move now to Ivory Coast. We've been covering Ivory Coast a lot on this show, is because soon, in October, Ivory Coast will be having a presidential elections. So it looks like Alassane Ouattara, the man who calls himself the president of Ivory Coast, is ready now to renege on his promises, and run for a third term. But his third term project is already a train that is being derailed, because most of the opposition guys, the old guard, who have been president before, like Laurent Gbagbo, Henri Konan Didier, they are all angry because Ouattara has reneged on his promise not to run, to allow the younger people, the young generation, to take over the reins of government. But after the death of Amadou Gon Coulibaly, the handpicked successor of Ouattara now has finally announced that he wants to be a candidate for that election. And what that means, he would impose himself on the country again. So that action really resulted in a lot of people taking to the streets to protest against Ouattara's announcement. And of course, you know, Ouattara is a French puppet. He makes sure that the French hold on that country remains strong. So how can you get rid of French influence if you have puppets like this in power? So it's really sad that people like this continue to hold power in Africa, because they are the people keeping us in chains. They're the ones keeping us in chaos. And this is a guy who came to power. He saw exactly what happened before he took power. A lot of bloodshed. So it looks like more bloodshed will continue to flow. More blood will flow in the streets. And this guy will still not have the sense, the decency to know that, let me leave these people, let other people take turns in running the country. I alone should not really run this country for the benefit of the French. Look at other guys, like another Coulibaly, Mamadou Coulibaly, who really wants to take over the country, but they will not let him take over because they are afraid that he's going to change things, he's going to give democracy to Africans. They don't want that. They want the Africans to remain slaves of the French, which is basically what the design of Alassane Ouattara is. He himself is a French puppet, so he wants Ivory Coast to remain a French colony. The people don't like it. Because the people are resisting, there will continue to be chaos in this country. And we can tell you that the elections that are scheduled for October are not really going to be peaceful. There's going to be a lot of trouble ahead. We can tell you, we can see a whole lot of headwinds. When you look, if you're an airplane, you're flying into Ivory Coast, just know that there are a lot of headwinds. The plane may not really take off well. It may even collapse, okay? So from Ivory Coast, we're going to move now to Mauritius. Mauritius is a very small African country. It's an island, and it's one of the richest countries in Africa in terms of development and per capita income, nice. A lot of tourists like the places because they are beautiful, beautiful beaches, and you like it when you see the pictures. So today we received news that there was a shipwreck. Oil was really leaking, and so many tons of oil were leaking to the point that eventually the ship broke into pieces. So more oil was just leaking. We feel sorry for the people of Mauritius, and we're telling them that we're with them, because as Africans, we have to express solidarity. When one African country is in trouble, we need to come to their rescue. We need to show them that they are our brothers and sisters, that we feel sorry for them.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where he's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
To end our show, we're going to move now to Nigeria. Nigeria is where a lot of stuff is happening. First is a complaint of a lot of Nigerians that Mr. Buhari is becoming a dictator. And because even some of the laws that they have made, they don't want you to install the president, they don't want you to install members of parliament, they don't want you to install any governor. So these are libel laws that really create problems with freedom of speech. If you say Nigerians are living in a democracy, then why do you hamper their ability to express themselves? This is what is really causing a lot of problems with insecurity. And you, Mr. Buhari, you are saying that you want to uplift on your country. The travel ban was put into effect because there was so much insecurity in your country, and the insecurity continues. So we don't really see that the American government would lift that travel ban very soon, because whatever actions you think you are taking are not really enough. They are not really enough. We've seen some of the pronouncements some of your ministers have made in regard to work that you guys are doing to try to resolve the issue with insecurity. But we think you're not doing a good job. So the insecurity remains rife in the country. And radical Islamic fundamentalism is still reigning supreme. Boko Haram, as we showed in our show last week, is still reigning supreme. So America is not really going to lift that ban. You may think that maybe if the Trump administration leaves and the Biden administration takes over, you may get a reprieve from these sanctions. But we think it's not going to happen, because the people are not really happy with the way things are moving. So we think you have to really think twice. Why do you send soldiers and thugs to beat protesters of Revolution Now who are just expressing their democratic right to protest? They've not killed anybody. They've not damaged any property. As citizens, they have the right to protest. But when you send soldiers to beat and kill them, that's dictatorship. And that's what a lot of Nigerians are complaining today. When we look at a lot of Nigerian newspapers and news media organs, they're all complaining about this dictatorship because it's a serious problem. And so long as you have dictatorship, the ranks of Boko Haram are going to continue swelling. People are going to start protesting and protesting more and more every day. So we are really warning Nigerians to complain and know that their government is becoming a dictatorship every day. And it's sad, because this problem of insecurity comes because when the people feel they do not have a way to redress their grievances, then they resort to violence. And that's what is happening with Boko Haram. We've explained this in many of our shows. Even last week, we made a presentation where we explained the phenomenon of Boko Haram and how you can nip this in the bud. But we know people like Mr. Buhari don't really listen, because they just do what their cabal tells them to do. So they are not really willing to listen to the voice of reason. The voice of reason, which is ours, is what can really help Nigeria get rid of the menace of Boko Haram. But it's not happening. Next, we're going to take you now to the Nigerian-Ghanaian issue. This week, we saw a lot of videos showing the way the Ghanaian security services were maltreating Nigerian tradesmen. These guys have a lot of shops in Ghana, and they've been running their shops successfully, and we think it's really something positive. When foreigners come to your country and start businesses, these businesses help your country. They provide employment for a lot of people. They provide services for a lot of your people. So even if you think they don't have the right papers, that's not the way you run after them in a militaristic style. So long as we see people treating their brothers in a very, very cowardly way, bringing the military every time, it's a wrong approach. It just creates more tension. These people could be approached politely. Oh, you're running a store in Ghana. You don't have the right papers. These are the papers that you need to run your store. By this date, we need to make sure that you have the papers. If you don't have it, then we can take action. But you cannot just rise against all Nigerian tradesmen who are in the country and you raid all their stores. That is barbaric. That's not the way a civilized government does things. We know that Mr. Nana Akufo-Addo is a very civilized president. He's a lawyer. So he needs to know how to rein in most of these lawless forces in the security services of Ghana so that they can treat Nigerian traders with respect. If they don't do that, next time it may be the turn of Ghanaians in Nigeria. If they start treating them badly, are the Ghanaian people going to be happy? We don't think so. So because we want things to be well done, we want Nigerians in Ghana to be able to do their business respectfully. We're not saying that we want them to break the laws of Ghana. No, we respect the law. And we think whenever there is a regime of law and order, it's good for everybody. But we don't support, we don't condone any government that threatens foreigners with beatings when they are running a business. Because it's good to have these people running business in your country, because it helps create job opportunities and service opportunities. When you are unfriendly to business people, you make your environment unhealthy for the conduct of business. So this is not a good idea. So if you want your economy to run smoothly, be nice to people who are running business in your country. They're actually doing you a favor to provide products and services to make your economy boom. When you start treating them like criminals, we think it is counterproductive, okay? We think we've really come to the end of our show and we want to close things. But before we close things, we want to remind you that we are business people, okay? So our goal in the show of today is to continue encouraging you to start a business. If you want to start a business, we are here to support you. We are business individuals. You may be as far as Cameroun, you may be as far as Ambazonia, you may be as far as Nigeria, South Africa, but the world today is a global village, okay? We can show you how to thrive in the world economy, especially the youth of today. Instead of complaining that, oh, the government is not doing this for me, no. Try to see how you can save some money, then try to educate yourself on how to use the computer. Because the computer is one of those technologies that makes a difference today in the new world economy. So you want to be a participant in this new world economy. In this new world economy, you don't really need a whole lot of money to function, but you need skills. And we think with a computer, you can acquire a lot of skills so that you can help yourself. Once you do this, it will really be great. Thank you very much, and we're asking you to watch our show, subscribe to this show, share the show with your friends. Happy, happy, happy African, happy, happy. Bye-bye.
I'm at Favor. It's an African store by the neighborhood here, Baysville, in back of Maryland's farm. It's been a wonderful year for the past 2 to 3 years we have in this African store here, and it's helping us, and actually it's a good place for us to come and give us support and do some shopping here. The prices are reasonable, and most of the stuff you can have is universal.
One thing I love about this store, they are very consistent and they treat the customers very, very well. You come here, you see everything that you will need for your house.
Express Driving School is the place for excitement of fast-track driver education, drug and alcohol testing, driver counseling, bilingual translation. For all your MVA needs, contact us. John F. Abbey, 6480 New Hampshire Avenue Suite 207B, Tacoma Park, Maryland 20912. Office phone 301-270-0018. Cell phone 240-644-3977. And you can reach us at our website, expressdrivingeducation.com. Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Unique Auto Repair. This is a brother from Ghana. His name is Emmanuel Ofori. He has a good business and he repairs cars. He repairs all type of cars. Mercedes, Toyota, Honda, you name it. The brother does it. He repairs everything. So even if you buy a car from the auction and you need to get it fixed, go to Emmanuel Ofori, Unique Auto Repair. He will repair this for you. It's very, very good. He has repaired my cars for me many times, and I love the service. And if you mention my name, Prince Ojong, he will give you even something also.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.